Hello viewers and welcome to a brand new episode of Mechanic Brewery Season 6, where I talk about the various homebrew mechs created by the Lancer community. In today's episode, Krait, from Hearth Revolutionary Force, by Gunny. Bungarus, commonly known as Krait, is a genus of venomous snake in the family Elapidae native to Asia, which preys primarily on other snakes at night, occasionally taking lizards, amphibians, and rodents. Most species in this genus comes with a banded pattern that acts as warning sign to their predators, and should that fails, the Krait can deliver a highly potent paralyzing neurotoxic venom that's highly lethal to human too. Named after the animal, the Krait can deliver a bite just as painful as its namesake can at range or up close. As the Krait is a part of the Hearth Revolutionary Force, it comes with its own set of core bonuses designed for HRF frame with a direction towards conducting guerrilla warfare, whether getting the heck out of dodge, being better at surveillance than your foes, or outlasting your foes. First, Smart Ammo Feed. Choose one mount. As a protocol, you may grant or remove Smart Tag from all weapons on the chosen mount. Evasion, E-Defense, doesn't matter anymore. Second, Broadband Awareness Array. You may bolster, scan, and communicate with allies even when jammed. For once per round, when you take either bolster or scan quick tech, an ally in your sensor range and line of sight can clear 2 heat and impaired, or gain overshield up to your grid. If you like sysop, you will like this a lot. Third, Adamantine Plating. Gain +2 repair cap. Unless you are shredded, all critical hits against you do not trigger effects that would deal additional damage. Enemy like Ronin being seriously devastating, not anymore. Go punch their face. Fourth, Guerrilla Modification. As a protocol, you may move 2 spaces, ignoring engagement. Any attacks triggered by this movement gain +2 difficulty to hit. This is how it feels to be Sonic, just move fast and don't get hit. Fifth, Ice Pick Deep Rock Analyzer. For once per round, when a hostile within sensor and line of sight gains lock on, you may use your reaction to apply an analysis mark on them. Any character with analysis mark is slowed and weapon attacks made against them gain reliable damage equal to their size. If the weapon has reliable already, increases it by 1. This lasts until the target make a successful system check at the end of each of their turn or you use this reaction again. This is a lot of words to say. Do you want this specific target to get fucked? Because you can do that even more now. And finally, Lazarus Teleportation Unit. When you boost, you may teleport up to 6 spaces instead, so long as you finish a movement adjacent to an allied character in line of sight of your starting position. Additionally, when your pilot ejects, this counts as teleportation, which means this gets really funny if you have a Sunza somewhere. This core bonus will always keep you close to allies, always. With these new core bonuses, the Krait can get away from any trouble and use its sensor to an even greater height. Now, let's take a look at its stats. The Krait is a tiny frame with no armor, average health, and low repair cap. Its evasion is very high, alongside its speed. Its save target is good, sensor range is excellent, E-Defense is average, but it has a good heat cap and a base system points of 7. As for its traits, it has 3 of them. First, Karuki rounds. For once per round, when Krait critically hits with ranged or melee attack, or just hit with either with lock on, it may deals +1d6 bonus damage. Second, Integrated Trace Drive. When Krait makes an attack that consumes lock on, it may teleports up to 3 spaces after the attack has resolved. And third, Exposed Reactor. Krait has +1 difficulty on engineering saves and checks. In short, the Krait wants lock on to hit things even harder than before and to move even further than before. This will also feed into another system it has, which I will talk about in a moment. Just don't let it cook. Onto its weapon mounts, it has 2, 1 flex and 1 main. Pretty good for a size half. As for its core system, Krait has a core passive called Warp Class Targeting Suite, in which you gain a warp dice which starts at 6, and ticks down by 1 when you critically hit with non-auxiliary weapon, consume lock on, and teleport in any way possible. Each can tick the dice independently once per round. When you make a ranged attack while the warp dice is at 1, you may reset it to 6 to automatically crit the attack roll instead of rolling. The warp dice persists between scenes but resets whenever you rest or perform a full repair. With this, it comes in a full circle. You want lock on to consume it and to teleport as much as possible thanks to your traits. You may then use the warp dice to absolutely annihilate a target you dislike with the biggest gun you can carry. That is essentially the gimmick of the Krait. As for its core power, Krait can activate Stinger class Trace Drive for step, an efficient core power you can use in every scene that, upon activation with a quick action, as long as the warp dice is 3 or lower, you can reset it back to 6 to teleport to a space within range 50 and line of sight. If the warp dice is 1 when you reset it this way, You may additionally skirmish as a free action and most likely doing a sick trick shot with it. In short, teleport everywhere. The Krait is basically just a player usable operator, and we all know operators are goddamn annoying. As for its license, you can get Needle Nexus and Headhunt targeting in the first section. Needle Nexus, giving everyone trypanophobia, is a main nexus that's smart that you can only have one of with long range and decent damage. On hit, you may make secondary attack roll to another character in range 3 of the target. This attack does not get bonus damage or trigger additional attack. You know what this weapon does do? Give you double the chance to trigger Senti main. Pretty damn good to say the least. Headhunt targeting. Why do I feel like a word is missing in this name somewhere? This is a mod that can be applied to a rifle, cannon, or nexus, for once per round. When you critical hit with this weapon, you may apply lock-on to a target within sensor. Do you like lock-on so much that you can apply lock-on with your gun? Well, there you go. Aside from the Krait frame itself, you can get Hawkeye Visor and Sensor Blip in the second section. Hawkeye Visor, Eagle Eyesight, is a limited systems that, upon activation with a protocol, choose a hostile in sensor and line of sight. Until the end of the current turn, all attacks you make against this characters ignore invisible and any other effects that would cause it to automatically miss. Hate not hitting your shot, you won't. Actual cover will still block your shots though. Sensor Blip, become a ghost. Upon activation with a protocol, teleport to a space within range 5 and line of sight. This teleport does not stop you from using weapon with ordnance, because that's actually where you already are. After teleporting this way, you are immobilized until the start of your next turn and cannot use the system on your next turn. This systems give you two things: 1, a very quick way to teleport away from anything, and one of the few ways to adjust your position before firing a weapon with ordnance tag. But considering its drawback, whatever you are planning, it better be worth it. In the final section, you can get Averter class Nexus and Reactive Warp modification. Averter class Nexus, a really smart gun, is another main nexus that costs 2 system point to install, with long range, 4 kinetic damage, very decent, as well as accurate, smart, so smart in fact this thing can give your mech an AI tag, effectively making your frame a gun with a mech attached to it. On hit, if the attack consumes lock-on, you may pick one of the following option. First, distort, target becomes impaired until end of their next turn. 2, multi-shot, make another attack with free action, this deals half damage, doesn't benefit from bonus damage, and don't trigger additional attack. And third, shunt, target gets pushed 3 spaces in a direction of your choice. This gun, despite having AI tag, will not cause your mech to cascade. In summary, this nexus can do a lot more pain than what Senti main alone can provide, as long as you have a consistent source of lock-on. And lastly, Reactive Warp modification, get out of jail free card, is a limited systems that gives you a reaction called Cunning Warp, for once per round. If you are hit by a ranged attack and is not slowed or immobilized, expend a charge to immediately gain resistance to damage, heat, and burn to the attack and then teleport up to 3 spaces. In short, it's kinda like a brace system, but without the intense drawback of using one, and only against attack at range. If you are getting mauled by Berserker, this will not save you, but then again, the list of things that can't save you from Berserker is very long. And that's basically it on Krait, a teleporting frame with a venomous bite for those within its scope. Its license is full of painful nexus or tools to hit hard or get away from troubles, a mech for those that likes to deal with things at range and has planned to get out when things go bad. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe and click that notification bell button. If you want to see the videos early as well as further support my channel, you can join in my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.